The South African High Court, the Constitutional Court rather, is under fire for Zuma disqualification judgment. Family, you remember in the past days, we were talking about how Emmerson Mnangagwa's the allies, Fikile Mbalula and Ramaphosa, have been trying so hard to block Jacob Zuma from contesting in the elections for fear of the inevitable that ANC was going to sink under the water. So they tried by all means with the lawsuits, they tried with the victimization, quite a lot that they tried. And they've been failing throughout until these very last days where we saw the Constitutional Court ruling out that Jacob Zuma was not qualified to contest because he had a conviction of over 12 months. So this has come also as a real thorny issue right in the politics of South Africa. And we are seeing that the employment of ZANU-PF tactics has continued to happen in South Africa with the idea of trying to block other opponents that seem to be a threat to these liberation parties. But after this judgment has been given, it seems now the Concourt is really under fire from all corners over this very judgment, where most of the people, academics, and even top politicians are saying that this judgment was flawed. It was a wrong kind of judgment. We hear quite a lot being discussed, issues that have to do with them, overlapping their jurisdiction, like they've gone into the matters that are supposed to be dealt with by the Independent Electoral Commission, and they have no right to enter into such areas, and so they've overlapped their limits. So we don't know. The arguments are still on, and we've also heard the MK party talking about going over to the United Nations and launch their complaints over there. But still, one thing that is so amazing and surprising is that voting had already started especially in the diaspora, and people have already voted. So we don't know what is going to be happening now. If they remove Jacob Zuma while he had already been voted for by quite a number of people, I don't know whether the courts have more power than the people of South Africa. I feel like the court was supposed to have said, no, this case has been brought here too late. We cannot now make a judgment, especially after the elections have already started. The voting itself has already started. So we don't know. And somebody also was saying it is going to be very difficult to replace Zuma. And I was saying, no, I disagree, because why would they have the power to remove the individual? You cannot say you have power to remove Zuma. At the same time, you turn around and say it is not possible to replace him. If it is possible to remove him, then it means it is possible to replace him, because this is just the very same action that will be done. If removing him has been possible, then automatically a new person can be added. They can't say the MK party cannot add another individual. Of course, we've had issues like Mogoeng, the former Chief Justice, rumored to be coming into the MK party. We've also had rumors talking about Lindiwe Sisulu also like coming to join the MK party. We are not yet sure. We are still waiting for further confirmation of whether this really is true or not. But I'm going to be talking about this very issue on one of the main subjects today that we are going to be discussing on the main channel, Chatufa Television Production. We are going to be talking about the existence of Emmerson Mnangagwa and the implications of the 29th of May. So it's coming on the main channel, Chatufa Television Production, somewhere there around 7 o'clock, 7:30. So be ready for it. Be tuned in so we can be discussing on a live show. Right. So I just want us to listen to what one of the ex-judges says, the ex-Concourt judge who is retired, what he had to say about the decision that has been made by his colleagues. We don't know what
now that this confusion has been cleared. Do you think that the Electoral Court, its standing, might come up for questioning, or you think that this was a genuine mistake on their part or misreading of Section 47(1)(e) of the Constitution, and it was well worth finding out from the highest court in the land as to
I think it was well worth taking note on appeal. The Electoral Court has got a very, very difficult task, and it's very, very easy to be wise after the event. They were wrong. They were wrong because they had to make a series of unprecedented decisions in a hurry.
Yeah.
And neither of those is good for judges. We like precedent. We like to go to what has been decided before. None of this had been decided before. And it was get on with it, move, because there's an election around the corner. And that's not good for judges either. They don't like to be in a hurry. They like to think and reflect. So I don't want to be overcritical of the Electoral Court in this instance.
Yeah.
It was wrong. It was in good faith. It made a mistake. It has now been corrected. Pelil Ndaba.
How that this.
So there it is. So these are some of the sentiments that are being given by other professionals who are saying that there's quite a lot of misjudgment that has happened on the Zuma case. But we are still watching to see what exactly is going to be happening, because considering that the time is gone already, just a few days to get to the elections right inside South Africa, while I've already mentioned that outside in the diaspora, people have already voted. So we don't know what is going to be the last final end. So let's keep watching and see what is going to be happening at the end. So stay tuned for the main discussion that we are going to be having about the implications of this to Emmerson Mnangagwa. So family, thank you so much for joining me on the show. These are just the updates that we are giving unto you. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, like and share.